today on the floor of Parliament about something that I consider to be extremely important. Mr. Speaker, sir, Nigeria is the theater of violence. But in the last couple of days, everywhere around the world, this has been the conversation. Even the United States Congress had a sitting on the Chibok girls. And so I'm very glad that we have amended our rules and moved our rules around to give us an opportunity to even address this issue. And Mr. Speaker, sir, 5 years on, we understand and we breathe the air of freedom. But Mr. Speaker, for the people, and the reason why prison, incarceration, is one of the greatest punishments you can give man, is that man recognizes just what freedom means. And so when girls have been in captivity for 5 years, their freedom taken away from them, probably sex slaves to men who they despise. Mr. Speaker, sir, it reflects us as a people. In interviews with some of the parents of the Chibok girls, they say that a lot of them have died from broken hearts. A lot of the parents have died waiting for their daughters to come back. But while these girls may be symbolic, Mr. Speaker, it shows the darkness of this war, this decade-long war that Nigeria fights, where women are used as weapons in this war, where women are the greatest victims in this war. Aside from the Chibok girls, there again is the Dapchi girls. And the reason why we remember them is because of the sheer enormity of the numbers of these girls. But there's so many other girls and women who are victims of this horrible war. And Mr. Speaker, when we as a country sit down and the level of advocacy dwindles year by year to the fifth year where it's barely talked about, where the huge numbers of women who were in the Bring Back Our Girls campaign now start to dwindle to probably 20 people, the question now becomes that which one will go out first? The candle on the Bring Back Our Girls campaign or the girls coming back? Mr. Speaker, I am very, very worried that we seem as a country to be losing our humanity. And this has the coloration of what the darkness of this incident has done to us. The psyche of the Nigerian people is one, that when they say that again another village has been invaded, we ask how many people dead. And you find our default that some of us actually say only 27. Only 10. How many people were abducted? Well, only 4 girls. Mr. Speaker, it speaks to the psyche of the Nigerian people. I believe that as we recognize that 5 years on, these girls are still in captivity, I think that what this more than anything does to us is to realize the futility of our existence as our people. That for as long as these girls are in captivity and carry on as if it's okay, Mr. Speaker, the terrorists are winning, because they're dealing and they're messing up our psyche. And I heard Honorable Vilita Bashir say she wants to commend the federal government. Well, I battled with that a little. I think we can do a lot more. I think that even in engaging with the parents, I listened to interview from some of the parents and they say they have ignored us. They have forgotten about us. They don't care about us anymore. And Mr. Speaker, for us sitting down here, it's okay for us to commend, and I think it's a politically correct thing to do. But for as long as these parents continue to feel that government has abandoned them, then Mr. Speaker, we have failed. We have failed in our collective to do that which we must do. I implore, and I recognize as well the gallant men and women of the Nigerian Armed Forces who have spent blood, sweat, and tears trying to contain this horrible war. But Mr. Speaker, even beyond the Chibok girls, I think we need a totally different mindset as to what we do about the security of lives of our people, about what we do with engaging with that war in the northeast, about what we do with standing up the Nigerian military and standing up the police in such a way that human lives mean more to the Nigerian people. Mr. Speaker, my heart will always go out to them. My commendations will always go out to the Bring Back Our Girls campaign. But in doing so, I shall also urge them that this is not a sprint, it is a marathon. That they should continue with the same passion that they started with. That they would have failed if the girls don't come back. That to be tired is not the way to go. And I will implore all of us as Nigerians that as we wake up and go around our lives in absolute freedom, that we spare a thought for these girls who remain in captivity. And that for as long as these girls are out there and remain in captivity, then none of us is free. Thank you.